Guys, the situation today is truly absurd. Lark Davis says this crash is a gigantic bear trap and that the pump is about to start. Rand from Crypto Banter, on the other hand, says the cycle is already over and that we're technically in a bear market. Two completely opposite views, but it's the same market. One of them is seeing a mirage. Today, we'll figure out whom. Let's take a look. Let's start with Lark Davis, because his analysis is very compelling. For him, this downturn is just noise, a huge bear trap. The logic is simple. Don't look at today's price, look at what the Fed does tomorrow. On December 1st, QT ends, the tightening ends. And according to Lark, a stealth QE is starting, liquidity returning to the system without official announcements, but powerful enough to drive up risk assets. For Lark, when liquidity returns, crypto doesn't crash, it takes off. And he also talks about rare earths as the commodity of the century. Because the US is investing billions, in fact, to take control away from China. His conclusion is crystal clear: don't sell now. This phase is like 2019, the final washout before the real pump. Let's move on to Rand. And here, the picture's very different. Rand says that if we look at the chart, the cycle is over. We've lost the 100K and the 95K levels, and most importantly, the 50 moving average. According to him, this kind of break doesn't happen in a healthy bull market. To recover that by Sunday would require a plus 14% gain, which is practically impossible. So technically, we're in a bear market. But pay attention, because on the macro side, he sees the opposite. Global liquidity is increasing, China is stimulating, and the US is ending its QT. Japan is turning the tap back on, and historically, Bitcoin follows this liquidity. Then there's the sentiment. The fear and greed index is at 8 to 10, total panic. For Rand, these levels have always marked violent bottoms. And even the death cross, he says, in a bull market often coincides with the reversal point. He says it openly. I'm not selling Bitcoin or Solana. I'm not risking getting out before the recovery. In short, the charts say end of cycle, the macro says opportunity. And this is where the real conflict comes from. Lark sees a bear trap in liquidity ready to explode. Rand sees a technical bear market, but a still bullish macro economy. Lark says the price lies, liquidity doesn't. Rand says the chart shows the end of the cycle, but liquidity can turn everything around. It's a total clash between technical analysis and macro. Now, I'll tell you my take. Both analyses make sense, but on different planes. Lark looks at global liquidity. When the money comes back, assets go up. Rand combines technicals and macro. The chart is destroyed, but the fundamentals are strong. And this is the combination that creates all of today's confusion. The truth is that the market is driven by two opposing forces: the technical weakness of the charts and the strength of global liquidity. The question isn't who's right, but what force is truly controlling the market right now. I don't pick a side. I observe the data, the flows, and above all, the liquidity. Because in the end, that's always where the market shows its direction. A filter the noise, you keep the direction. See you in the next video. Bye.